Hello and welcome to today's workout. All right, so
Let's do it.
my name is Katie DiTomaso. I'm a physical therapist and I have my own coaching business on the side for athletes and customized programs for my clients in their season of training, okay? So today we have Alicia DiTomaso here, all right? So my twin, look-alike, and she's a triathlete. She is currently in her competitive season, and so we are catering a workout program today that's going to hit all levels of strength training for her, specific to her sport, to put her in the best optimal shape for her competition. Okay, so first, as all workouts, we got to begin with a dynamic warm-up. Okay, so Alicia's going to show you some of the moves that we'll be doing here. So in the beginning, start off with a 2-minute jog, 1 to 2 minute jog. So as you can see, this is kind of demo. You know, we got to stay in the screen here.
That's why I'm staying right here.
Exactly. So 1 to 2 minute jog is your warm up to start getting the blood going. Okay. After that, thank you, Alicia. Now we're going to start with, we're going to do some quad reach into a hamstring kick touch. Okay. So for this, exactly. For this, she can always hold on to the trainer, or she can work on her balance as well. This is a dynamic quadricep and hamstring warm-up. We'll switch sides, swing through, very good. And again, this could also be mobilized in the sense that the athlete could hold, swing, step, and go down, 10 to 20 yards. Excellent, very good. Now, the next thing we're gonna do step, hamstring kicks. So obviously staying in the field of view, you're going to proceed down. Maybe you go 10 yards down, 10 yards back, or 20 yards total. Hamstring warm up. Very good. Okay. Now the next thing we do is hamstring sweeps. So for all these, typically the athlete's going to be moving, and you're going to go for about, like I said, 10 yards down, 10 yards back, or maybe you'll go 20 yards down in the next movement, okay? Very good. Next, we're gonna do high knees, fast arms. Very good. Getting nice and warmed up here for a full body workout. Very good, butt kicks. Excellent. We're gonna go into a lunge. Very good, and then we're going to go ahead and kind of do some rotation in the lunge. Yes, perfect. Kind of warming up, obviously, our spinal mobility as well. Perfect. Okay. Very good, very good. The next thing we'll do towards the end of the warm-up is we're going to go ahead and do broad jumps. Really start to get a little bit of plyometric warm-up there for explosion. This one I would only do for 10 yards down, 10 yards back, or you can do 5 reps, repeat 5 reps. Very good. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is some arm warm up as well, since we're working some full body. So we're going to go and do some arm circles. We can go 10 clockwise, 10 counter. I'm going to go ahead and get a band also. Very good. The next thing we're going to do are scap pinches or banded pull-aparts. Most people do banded pull-aparts with their palms down, pinch the scaps and pull back. However, in order to incorporate the rotator cuff more, you're going to actually do palms up, so your shoulders are externally rotated. You're going to pinch back and squeeze and pull to get the rotator cuff more involved. Good. Pinch back. Pull apart, driving with your scapula more so. Very good. These I would do about 15 reps. Very good. And because today we are also doing some overhead activity, a lot of athletes will get hung up in impingement, or even if anyone reaches up overhead, typically you have some restriction there. So to kind of do an active mobility exercise, the next thing we're going to do are scapulohumeral, because they're working with scapulohumeral rhythm, so that the arm actually can go all the way up to its full range of motion overhead. So for doing that one, you're gonna step on the band, rotate your palm up, just to kind of get some more tension in the band. Then you're gonna bring your arm up to your side as if you were gonna do a press, a shoulder press. Again, you're gonna anchor your feet. By anchoring our feet, we're engaging our core. We're gonna ribs down, core's engaged. You're gonna press overhead without leaning, without compensating. So you do about 12 each side. So go ahead, Alicia, and show them. Turn to the side for a minute. Very good. Raise your arms up in the air like if you were gonna go overhead. Okay, so notice her current mobility on both shoulders. Good. So now let's go ahead and do this exercise for both sides, and we'll recheck that.
I'm innocent.
Yeah, stick them up. So let's do 12 presses. Good. Focus on squeezing your core. Good, and keeping everything in line, squeezing your scabs. Very good. Notice she's doing a nice job, not compensating or leaning. She's really executing this really well. Very good. Now, check now, for example. Go ahead and raise your arms up again overhead, just to compare one side that's been done and one side that hasn't. Very good. So obviously we're getting better range of motion already in the shoulder.
Other side?
Yeah. So it's key to definitely warm everything up appropriately to prevent injury and keep the athlete in check.
Okay.
Very good. Now again, raise your arms up overhead, scabs back, better range of motion. Okay, so that's just a good warm-up you can do. There's a lot more you can do for rotator cuff if you have overhead throwing athletes, but in her case it's a triathlete. That's not necessarily their primary focus. So let's begin the workout now. First thing we're going to start with, the workout is going to consist, as a triathlete, there's so much cardio involved, so their training is primarily swim, bike, run, but there's also a lot of athletes miss out on still incorporating a good strength training program. So even though obviously most of your workout is endurance based, right, really having to utilize slow twitch muscle fibers in order to do that type of prolonged activity that's, 90 minutes plus if you look at a whole triathlon or sprint triathlon, for that matter, as what my sister is. But anyway, so obviously we're going to have some good base limit strength exercises. Today we're going to incorporate a press pull type of workout. For her training, typically she does 3 to 4 days of strength training and then has her cardio in the evening for her actual triathlete training. So for instance, for example, in a week's time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are swim, bike, runs, and that's repeated for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is her day off. She prefers Sundays as a rest day. Strength training is staggered, so if she's doing 4 days a week, typically Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday. And she focuses more on press pulls, lower body and upper body incorporation, because again, limited time, since you have to train so much of other volume, so we have to really get the most out of our training. So it's a full body session each time, okay? So we're starting off today, we're gonna be doing supersets. We're gonna be doing squat first, and we're gonna pause and move the camera over to the pull-ups. Obviously with COVID, we don't have a gym, so we're really having to make do with the outdoors here, Mother Nature. So we're gonna begin with squat exercise using the barbell. And the focus is gonna be, as far as reps go, we're gonna be doing a four sets of 8 reps. Obviously in a gym setting, we could load the bar heavier, but we're not going to risk injury. Obviously there's no rack if she needed to drop the bar, so we're just gonna demo the squat technique. Again, we're doing 4 sets of 8 reps, and we're gonna be resting for a minute and going immediately after that minute into pull-ups. Okay, after you do pull-ups will also be 4 sets of 8 count reps. Supersetting squat and pull-ups back and forth, resting a minute each in between. Again, we're working on strength. I understand that triathletes, we don't want to have too much rest, but in a strength situation, 1 to 2 minutes rest between sets is appropriate. Tempo-wise, for her squats and pull-ups, we're doing a 3-second eccentric with a 1-second hold, and we're going to drive up for a 1 second concentric. So here we go. So we're gonna get set up. Again, with all athletes, you wanna tell athletes to split the floor. Basically, you wanna anchor your feet. Let me see if I can move the camera back just a little bit. Just so you can kind of see. So again, in this scenario, we're gonna go ahead and focus on splitting the floor. So she's anchored down. She's gonna think about driving her feet down the ground and out, like you're trying to split a plate on the floor. To engage the core, ribs are gonna go down and come back up. So she has good form. However, let's go ahead and try that again. I want you to go slow. So we're going 3, 2, 1. We're gonna pause at the bottom.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
It's okay. So again, we're going 3, 2, 1. We're gonna pause, and then we're driving up. Good. Now again, cues for the athlete would be to keep the abdomen hollowed, your core stays tight, a neutral spine as you lower. Good, and then we drive up. Excellent. So again, 3 count on the way down. 1, 2, 3. Pause and driving up. So she would do 8 reps of those, and now we're gonna go ahead and pause and go over, relocate for our pull-ups. Okay, so obviously COVID times, we're improvising here with playground use. So for pull-ups, as the athlete gets set up, if you need a band, we want strict pull-ups. We don't want any kipping. Okay, so what she's gonna do is she's gonna go ahead and lower herself down. Arms are in extension. She's gonna engage her core, kind of that ribs down technique. She's gonna pull leading with her chest up. She's gonna pause at the top for 1 and slow for 3. 3, 2, 1, and relax and reset. And then again, we're gonna pull up, lead with the chest, pause. 1, 2, 3 on the way down. We want 3 eccentric. Which is hard to do. It's not easy. Perhaps a more,
Get it right.
perhaps a better resistance band.
Get it right, Leash.
You know, she's trying to be kind of, ego's getting to her. She wants a lighter resistance band, but she should use a black band for more support. All right. So again, superset squats and pull-ups. Rest a minute in between each. On to the next superset.